Good evening. It's Saturday night, and we're here for some guided meditation. Thanks for joining. Going live in 3 or 4 minutes' time. I hope you've had a good weekend so far. Hello, David and Carol. What happened with... Hello, Lucy. You're ready for tomorrow? Maranasati, part 4. The old death retreat. Yes, David. I thought it was time. Time to shave the damn thing off. Bit of facial hair experimentation, just to see what would happen. Was gonna go for the full on, but there's a time and a place. Actually, if you go back to Bug Buster, go back to March the 23rd, that video at the beginning of lockdown. I looked similar to this, apart from obviously and then since then I decided to do a bit of facial hair experimentation. Tried it once in India as well. I was over there for about 6 months and went for the old Indian mustache. The colonel. Can breathe better when the face is clear. And of course, all the spaghetti and it was a Roald Dahl book, I think. I can't remember which one it was. Don't know if anyone can remember. There was it Roald Dahl? The Twits, was it? These guys with beards and like insects and things living in the beards. The Twits. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Good afternoon to those in the States, and good evening to those in the UK and anywhere else. It is July 4th. And we are continuing our meditation. In America, July the 4th is well known, isn't it, as Independence Day. Some celebrations there. I thought it would be helpful today to explore a little bit about how we do feel, like individually, not nationally, but individually, we do feel independent, and to some degree we can pride ourselves on that independence. independence is seen as, positive, to be independent, or to feel. That's right, yeah. To feel independent. And that sense of independence rubs up against the actual dependency that we have on others. And when we're training, in particular in gratitude, we recall how we are and how we are dependent on others for everything. Yesterday morning, Friday morning, we're talking about reflecting at the end about developing humility and bringing the mind down, which can help us to be peaceful and help us in our daily life. And one way to develop natural humility is to remember the kindness of others, and to remember how we are dependent on others for many things. We're dependent on others for all the obvious things like food, shelter, money, all our resources. The fact that we can understand this language now that we're communicating in depends on others. We were taught, weren't we? We were taught how to communicate. When we were born, we didn't have any ability to communicate, but we were taught that. And we were given many, many things. We were given an education. And gratitude appreciates that, and it kind of lowers the mind. We transcend, but we lower the sense of being independent, the ego, like a strong sense of ego. It starts to become dismantled by this, which is a good thing for us if we're wanting to be peaceful and happy. And interestingly enough, will give us confidence, not the kind of pride type of confidence, but a quiet, peaceful confidence. Very helpful for progress in meditation. We're continuously offering thanks to others and realizing how we are totally dependent on others. We're not independent, even if we feel that we are kind of self-made. And we have to, of course, put work in, but that work itself depends upon others. When we're sitting in meditation, which we're going to do shortly, my body is like a mountain. We're sitting with a straight back. Why can we have a straight back? Only because of the kindness of others. Why can we sit? Only because of the kindness of others. You're sitting on a chair. You're sitting on a chair. Then that chair has been made through the kindness of others. Sitting on the floor was laid through the kindness of others. These are the obvious ways others are kind to us. So you're more than welcome to message me if you want me to talk about anything during these sessions, and people do. And sometimes what I talk about, I'm addressing some question or comment that someone has sent to me by email. So you're more than welcome if you want me to talk about anything. And one message I had recently was about gratitude, and talking about how the getting their head around developing gratitude for the obvious kindnesses that we receive from others. That is a great start. In Guide to the Grateful Way of Life, 6 chapters about that. chapter 7 is about grateful adversity. So grateful adversity is when we move our gratitude to a slightly deeper level and start to develop appreciation for the challenges that we have in our life. For example, if someone is challenging us or frustrating us, we can develop gratitude that they're helping us to train in patience. Yeah, to progress on the spiritual path, we need to train in patience. If there's no one around us who can help us train in patience, we can't progress along the spiritual progression. Interestingly enough, our spiritual progression depends upon these so-called annoying or challenging people around us, challenging situations. Our progress actually depends on them. Yeah. From an ordinary perspective, things like we want to push them away, we want to not have anything to do with them. But if we deepen our training in gratitude, we realize it's actually helpful for us to be challenged. But it's a deeper level, so we have to start where we are. This question was coming because the practitioner had got to the point where she's ready to develop gratitude for that. If we're not, then we have to go back to the nice things. All the practices have levels. There's no point jumping to a deeper level and then complaining about it. Oh, how can you develop gratitude for this? How can you develop gratitude for that? How can you develop gratitude for this? You'll understand once you progress through the levels. You first of all have to have the foundation, and then we'll start to appreciate we can develop gratitude for challenging situations more and more and more and more and more. Up until the point where even death, that's the final, in the 56 days, right at the end of it. When we're dying, we can develop gratitude for our life, for the people around us, and so forth. With levels, we start where we are. I'm talking about this evening is a sense of dependency. So we are independent to some degree, but we can only feel independent because we are dependent. And that gives us a sense of expansion as well. This Himalayan style meditation is we're looking at the vastness. But to have that vastness, it's not enough just to have it in meditation. We need to, it's there anyway. The vastness it's always here if we open up to it. And gratitude and appreciation is one way how to bring it about. And even in our meditations, as we're sitting here, we're being supported on all sides, from below, from above, everywhere, by others. So it's almost like as we're meditating, we're in a state of gratitude and thanks. Thank you. There's this kind of underlying thank you going on all the time. Yeah. Try it. Try to have the flavor of gratitude and the sense of interdependence as you're meditating, rather than just being me meditating. Sense of connection. Okay, so once again, let's begin with some mindful breathing. Following the natural flow of our breathing. Entering and leaving our body. not changing or altering the breath. Just connecting with its natural flow. Very gentle, peaceful practice. We set our intention of compassion. How wonderful. If all living beings could be free from their suffering, and our heart goes out and as we sit and meditate, we recognize our dependency on others. All those people who've made this possible this evening for us to be able to meditate. The clothes we're wearing, the food in our body, the light in our home itself, the chair we're sitting on, the floor, our back being supported by countless people. And right now, working so hard so we can enjoy our life. It's quite extraordinary when you step back, how dependent we are. And how kind others are. Even those who perhaps challenge us in some way. Guiding us into patience, compassion, wisdom. Rooted in the ground, my body, like a mountain, upright, alert, connected to the earth, going nowhere, still, nowhere left to run. Just turning our attention inwards, my breath, like the wind. Constant, and my mind, like the sky. Almost as though we are the sky, clear, spacious, we're not recalling anything, we're not making any plans for the future, we're not thinking about the present, we're not working anything out. We're not trying to force an experience. What are we doing? Just resting, relaxing the vast space, the mind, stress. Everything is inside the mind, so it's impossible to become distracted if we acknowledge this, because our thoughts themselves, where do they come from? Where do they go? If you follow one of your thoughts, where does it go? Where did it come from? Follow a stressed thought, a worried thought. Where's it going? Where did it come from? Follow a thought saying, I'm not doing this right, or this is hard. Where did it come from? Where's it going? Into the vast space of the mind, like the sky, limitless, without boundary. My body, like a mountain, my breath, like the wind, and my mind, like that. We dedicate all the good energy from our meditation so it benefits countless people across the world. And we can dedicate it to anyone we know experiencing problems, physical, mental suffering. May they find release and freedom in their lives. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close. So with all these trainings, you can go as deep as you like with them, but to go into that depth, then you must first put in the effort in the foundation practices. With respect to gratitude, if we train in gratitude every day for the richness that we have, if we can open the eyes of gratitude to that, then we will be able to gradually start to develop gratitude for the more challenging circumstances that we experience. And that is a way of transforming adverse conditions. And as I was saying a few nights ago, it's very good practice to try and conclude the day listing 5 gratitudes from the day, and then going to sleep with gratitude in the mind and intending to wake up in the morning with gratitude. So we build up a grateful habit. Tomorrow is the Maranasati Death and Impermanence Retreat, Part 4, at 10 a.m. I may see some of you then.